podcast on Floss 2. My name is Kelly and I'm coming to you from the beautiful east coast of Canada. Today is May the 2nd, 2021. It's been a while since I've had a chance to podcast. Unfortunately, life happens sometimes, and that's what's happened in the last 2 months. In March, my husband threw out his back, and that was interesting. He's thrown it out in the past, but this time that he threw it out has been the worst, and he has been recovering for the last 2 months. He couldn't even put his socks on by himself, and if you knew my husband, you would know how independent he was and how he doesn't like to lean on other people to get things done, and he certainly had to do that since he's been off. So that happened, and also I wasn't feeling great in March. I didn't have COVID or anything, but I just wasn't feeling great. Didn't get a lot of crafting done. So yeah, life happens. But I'm back at it, and I'm excited to show you all what I've been working on. So let's just jump right in. You may remember I was doing March Madness in March. I had one knitting whip that you voted on for me to finish during March, and I had one stitching whip. So I did finish the knitting whip. I don't have it with me. You'll have to watch in the knitting podcast episode that should be coming up right after this one. But I didn't get the stitching whip finished. That was Foggy Forest, and you'll see it a little bit later on. But I was nowhere near to completing it with everything that was happening, and so I just kind of put it to the side and decided I wasn't going to worry about it. This is a lot of the time why I don't join alongs and things, because there's always something that happens that throws a monkey wrench in it, and I didn't want that to happen, and unfortunately it did. But I've put it aside, I haven't worked on it for a while, and when I pull it back out again, I'll be all set and ready to go. I do have an FO to show you, and this one I started during Easter, on the Easter weekend. I just wanted something small. So I have a start, and this is my FO. This is a pattern by Whilst Iris Naps, and it's her spring freebie pattern. The pattern actually includes 4 different patterns. This one with the bunnies with hearts. There's bunnies with a separate border around it, and then there's one with carrots across it with 2 different border options as well. So this is the one that I chose. And I believe the bunnies, I was gonna do them different colors, but I think I did do them, I think I did use what was called for the bunnies. Maybe this one is a bit different. I'm not sure, I can't remember. But I know the border is the exact colors because I was out of this kind of like a dusty pink. I didn't have that one, and Michael's has been out of it for weeks. Every time I go in, I keep checking to see if it's there, and it hasn't been, except last week I went in and I found it, so I was able to finish this. So yeah, this is just a scrap piece. I'm not even sure what it is. It almost looks like it might be 28 count something or other. It's not fully white, it's kind of almost has a grayish tinge to it. And I did 2 modifications for the pattern, very slight modifications, mind you. In the pattern, she has a little row of grass at the bottom of each bunny, and I decided to omit that. I didn't really, in my mind, it wasn't really needed. And the bunny tails in the pattern are filled in, and I decided to omit that as well. I just thought it was cuter to leave it, show the fabric through it. So that is my first FO. I'm looking at putting this together as a pillow. I haven't done that yet, but I'll be watching some videos. I'm sure it can't be too hard. I can sew, so hopefully I can put it together into a little pillow. And that's that. So that's my first FO, my only FO, I should say. I do have some whips to show you. So let me show you. Now I should say, before I show you my whip, while I had my little break, I had watched Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. She has a video on how to make project bags, and I had watched that video and decided I'd like to make a couple of project bags. and I wanted to make a special one for my Canada project that I'm working on. So this is the pattern, this is the bag that I made. You can see it's got Canada geese on the top, and then this really cool Canada fabric with lighthouses and canoes and paddles, mountains, and that's the same on the back. So the only thing about this, I used interfacing, but I didn't use the fleece fusible interfacing, so it's pretty floppy. I haven't decided, but I might go back in and put the other fusible stuff on the back. It wouldn't be too hard because it's just an iron-on, but I just used what I had on hand, and it's floppy and it's fine. I just might want to make it stiffer. So let me show you what's inside. I talked about this before on my last floss tube that I wanted to buy. I did buy the Reflections of Canada pattern by Ink Circles. I don't know if I have the full picture of it here or not. Oh, I do. So this is the pattern, Reflections of Canada. And I'm doing this because last year, the day after Canada Day, I became a Canadian citizen after many, many years of living in the country. But I wanted to kind of commemorate that, and I wanted to do a piece that I could stitch and put the date on of the day that I became Canadian. So I started it, and this is how far I've got. So I'm using DMC, I can never remember the right number. DMC 115, and it's a variegated. I kind of hemmed and hawed over what to use for this. That's kind of blowing out. It's got darks and light reds in it, and I'm sure you saw that when I held it up. I kind of hemmed and hawed over what to use for it. I know I didn't want to use the bright red that they had in the pattern. And when I looked up on Instagram, I saw someone use the variegated, and I really liked it. And I thought that's exactly what I want to use. So that's what I'm using. And I am really, really loving working on a monochrome piece. I didn't think I would like it. But I must say, I'm really enjoying it. I like that I can just thread the needle, not have to think about it, and just follow the pattern. And the great thing about this is I can kind of stop and start. So you can see that, where is it? This is an Inukshuk right here, but I haven't finished his head because I ran out of thread. So once I run out of thread, I just pick another place and start on another spot. So it's not always kind of doing the same thing all the time. You get to kind of flit about and fill in whatever you want. So I'm really enjoying that. And I made this little needle minder to go with the project. Oh, it's blowing out. Little lobster. Super cute. So that's my Canada project. Now I am almost to the edge. Let me see where I am here. It's probably going to be right here when it's finished. So I don't have a lot more to go to reach the first edge. And then I just have to square it off. So I think it's going to work up pretty quickly. And I'm really enjoying it. So I want to keep going with it while I am enjoying it and it's not a slog for me. So we'll see how much of that I can get finished this month. I know there is Monogamous May and Stitch Mania and all those things. I'm not officially signing up for it, but if I did, I'd probably be Monogamania. That seems to suit my personality a little bit more. I can't handle all the starts. So that's my first whip. My second whip is another brand new start. And this, I started this on Easter weekend too. I think I kind of just wanted to start something new. And this is another bag that I made. Again, this one's floppy because I didn't have the right fusible fleece, but I think it's really cute. So in this one, I don't think I have the cover picture for this one. I don't. Okay, so in this one it's the Spring Tiered Tray by Madame Chantilly. Now this is a sale going on. It's called Celebrate Chantilly SAL. I'll put the hashtag down here. I haven't added the hashtag to anything yet. I haven't even put a picture up yet, but this is what I have started, and if it falls into that category at the same time that people are working on it, that's fine, but I am not officially joining any sales. This is on 32 count raw natural Belfast linen, and this is what I have so far. A little bunny. So apparently I wanted to stitch bunnies over Easter. I didn't have a lot of the colors for this one, so while I started it, I didn't get very far with it. This is the start right here of the tray, and then the bunny. And I wanted to go up here and start the flowers, but I didn't have the outer color of the flower that I needed. So I didn't get very far. But that's a start. I think I'm gonna have a lot of this fabric left over, which will be good. And this is a needle minder from True North Needle Minders. They are a Canadian company and make super cute, super affordable needle minders, and I love this fox. You'll see in haul in a little bit that I got quite a few other needle minders. When I first went on to her site to see what I could find that I liked, I just found so many that I liked that I just decided I'm just gonna buy them all from her right now because she's got everything that I want. So that is the Spring Tiered Tray by Madame Chantilly. I'm hoping to get, when I got the pink color that I needed for this one, I also picked up the extra colors that I needed for the Spring Tiered Tray. So I'm hoping to get back to that one and add a few more pieces into it. And that's all in the called for DMC. All right. So that is my second whip. What else do I have? I'll show you the progress I made on Foggy Forest, or lack of progress. And this is my Little Boat 88 bag. Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch also has just produced a video on how to make project bags with the vinyl. I already have the vinyl ready to go, so I'm hoping to maybe give that a try sometime. And this is what I've got for Foggy Forest. Foggy Forest is an Etsy pattern that I got. It's by DM Cross Stitch if you're looking for it. This is what I've got so far. So I started, I don't know if you could tell very well, I started to do the whole circle so that I could kind of just fill in. I started the white, filling in the white. I would do kind of like a line of white and then go back to the gray and fill in some more. But yeah, I've got quite a bit done, but I still have quite a ways to go. There's a lot of white. I think right here is where the last of the gray is, so that's all gotta be white. But I will get to it. So that's my Foggy Forest. And I have one more whip that I have been working on. And actually I just started this one yesterday. Yesterday I was kind of cleaning up a little bit and organizing. I kind of have I have an IKEA cabinet and I keep all of my projects in there, but they were kind of just stacked up like this on the shelf and it was really messy. So I have this little wire basket that I got at Michael's quite a while ago, and I've just been putting them all in it, and they all sit, this fits perfectly on my shelf. I have two of them, one's bigger than the other, but this one fits perfectly on my shelf. So I just started to put them all in the basket, and now I know exactly where everything is when I need it. A lot more organized. I'm quite a disorganized crafter. I don't know if that's everyone creative is like that, but once I kind of use something, sometimes it stays where it's not supposed to be and it doesn't always go back to where it should be. So I'm trying to control the mess. All right, the next one that I've been working on that I started yesterday is another Snowflower Diaries. Yes. This is, you'll remember I did the January Snowflower Diaries of Joyful World. It was the fox. This one is February, although I am not going to make it February. So this is what it is. Those pretty little ducks, mallard ducks. I'm not going to put February on top. Mallards come, there are 2 mallard ducks that come and live in the ditch right in front of our house. We call them the ditch ducks, and every year they come back to the same place to have their babies, and so we get to enjoy them hanging out in the ditches. You kind of sometimes look out and you'll see them walking up the neighbor's lawn, but there are several groups of them in different parts of the neighborhood and 2 live across the street. So I decided that I would do this one, and I was going to put the month of April. The month of April is usually when they arrive, maybe late March, early April, but I'm going to put April on it because that, to me, is more of the time of year when I would see the mallards. So we have named the mallards. They are called Darla and Wendell. So I'm planning on, if you see in the pattern, there's space right under here. I'm planning on putting their names and probably the date on there as well. But that is the freebie pattern from the Snowflower Diaries, and it's called Joyful World February. So here's my start. Now this looks kind of funny. So here's my start. The more I get closer to this, the more it blows out. Okay, there's my start. That's Darla, and I know it looks like she's going, "Wah!" But really the bottom one, if you can see on the yellow, gosh, that's blowing out. Hang on a sec. That's a bit better. Ooh! So the bottom yellow is actually her nose, her beak, and the top yellow is part of Wendell's beak. He's going to be up here. So while it looks like she's got her mouth really open wide, it actually isn't. I just haven't stitched him yet. So that's the beginning of Darla. I'm using 25 count even weave. So this is another one of the needle minders that I got from True North. And it says, "Shh, I'm introverting," which is perfect for me. So those are my whips. I'm hoping to get some more stitching done on Darla and Wendell, hopefully today at some point. Now, put this all back and then I can tell you what else I'm planning. All right, so actually let me show you my haul first. I'm gonna grab a drink here. So I've already told you that I had purchased some needle minders from True North Needle Minders, and I will show you the other ones that I got. So these are 3 more that I got. My Highland Coo, this little cute hedgehog that says "just one more page," and this one, the Always Tired Club, definitely me. And then I got these really cute needle minders. This is the needle minder that actually started my whole True North purchase. It's a German Shepherd. I can never find anything with a German Shepherd on it. And when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. I need that needle minder. And I kind of looked around. Someone used to make them, but when I commented on the group, it actually said that she had passed away. And then I found True North, and she actually it actually had said they were sold, and I said, oh my gosh, do you have one more? I would love to have that. And she found one more for me, which led to my massive purchase. This is the next one. How cute is he? So cute. And then I got these other 3. So sock knitting, another hedgehog, and the Halloween one. So if you are looking for needle minders, I would seriously suggest checking her out. She says that she will have the lowest prices anywhere. So definitely check her out. There's another one I made. I made this one. I got this one. It says New Brunswick on it. That's the province I'm in. I got it along with the lobster one. It was all on the same little keychain. So I made it into a needle minder. So yes, definitely check out True North Needle Minders. Best prices around. Tons and tons of albums of different needle minders, and if you don't see anything you're looking for, she'll try and find it for you. Super cute, super great value, definitely worth checking out. All right, the other, what else did I get? I purchased this pattern from Nancy. There's a local Facebook group that does cross stitch de-stash, and I saw this on here and actually happened to be Nancy's, who is also a knitter and a crocheter. No, maybe not a crocheter. A knitter for sure and a cross stitcher. And she's on Instagram, and I saw that she was de-stashing this. She's also from the UK, and I decided I need to have it. Now, if you look really closely, it's not really cross stitch. Actually, it's not at all cross stitch. It's all like starburst specialty stitches. But I thought it was really cute. And this stitch was on the bottom of my January Snowflower Diaries, the one with the fox. It was all across the bottom. So I know exactly how to do the stitch. It was a fun stitch to do. And I thought that would be super cute to make up. So I bought that from her, and then she included this because I had said I'd never done a Lizzie Kate before, and she used to make lots of Lizzie Kates when she used to stitch years ago. So she sent this one for me, and it's called Teaching is a Work of Heart. So thank you, Nancy, for those. And then, so I was enjoying my Reflections of Canada so much that I decided I wanted to find another monochrome piece. And I looked at Long Dog Sampler, I looked at Modern Folk. It just wasn't really what I was looking for. I looked at other ink circles as well. I like geometric things, and I like a modern style. So a lot of I know there's pandemic and those kind of things that are going on, but they kind of have floral, like old-fashioned vases with floral things in it. That's not really my style. I had looked at some Quakers too. I was just trying to find something geometric that I could do monochrome, and possibly that I could put in my living room. My living room's gray, and I have, my rug is blue and yellow. So I thought something that I could do monochrome blue would really stand out against my gray wall. So I haven't found exactly the right thing yet, but I did purchase 2 more ink circles because they're ink circles. You can I can blame Shiloh for one of them. So Shiloh, who is X Stitch MD, she did this one, which is Cirque de Coeur. And I just really like this one. And if you see Shiloh's, she has it done in like a burgundy color, and she got it framed at Michael's, and she has a small white border, and then she has a mat that's the exact burgundy color. It's gorgeous, and every time I see it on her podcast, I just really love it. So I don't know what color I'm going to do mine in yet, but I'm thinking I might try some sulky thread or something equivalent to do it. So that's the first one that I bought. And the second one that I bought was Cirque de Cario. I forgot to ask my daughter how to pronounce this. I'm pretty sure it's Cario. This is a more geometric one. I really like to look at this, like standing back and seeing those clean lines. That's what I love. So I'm gonna do this one. I'm not sure what color I'm gonna do it in or what I'm gonna do it in yet. But I think I'll probably start this one first, maybe, if I can figure out a color. So before I start this one, I need to finish my Reflections of Canada and an old whip. So I'm thinking maybe Deer Meeting that I started by UB Designs a long time ago. I'm so close to finishing it. And now when there's more sunlight during the evenings as well, I think it would be a good time to do it because there's a lot of white on it. But if I plan, I'm not gonna get the things for this until I'm so close to finishing it that I just have to finish it. But I'm gonna be thinking about what I'm gonna purchase for this one. So those are my purchases. And I guess that's part of my plans. So I'd like to stitch that ink circles. And, oh no, I did make one more purchase. Okay, so last night, I know a lot of floss tubers have been trying out mybobbin.com. And I've been on their site quite a few times looking at different things. I've kind of been looking for a full coverage piece. But I just haven't found anything that I loved. So I was on my bobbin kind of looking at their kits to see what they had. And I didn't purchase a kit, I was good. But they had this pattern that I found, oh my gosh. It was just the pattern. And I put it in my cart and I clicked through just to kind of see what the conversion is, because it charges, mybobbin.com, the English site, charges in US dollars. They're actually in Russia, so there's a Russian site, and then there's the mybobbin.com English site, but it's in US dollars. So I just kind of wanted to see how much it was going to be if I did purchase this. Well, it ended up, I clicked the button and it took me right to, you've placed your order. And I thought, oh gosh, I didn't mean to do that. But I'm fine with it because look at this gorgeous pattern. Let's see if I can zoom in on them. How cute. Oh, the ring light's gonna, this way? There, I think that's gonna be as close as I can get. How gorgeous is he or she? This is called The Wisdom of the Forest, and there's 43 shades of DMC in this and 9 blends. There's a lot of backstitch. If I zoom in close, you can see his feathers, but it's gonna be so worth it because look how gorgeous that is. I just love it. It's just so realistic. So I purchased the pattern. Again, I'm not going to purchase fabric or anything until I finish an old whip. So you probably don't know yet that I love owls. So I've got this one, and then I actually bought all the threads when I was at Michael's to do 100 owls as well. I'm having a hard time finding that limestone fabric. I really love the color that it's on. There's 2 versions of the 100 owls. There's one that's a green tone and one that's just a cream. I really love that really light green. It's called limestone. And I'm just having a hard time finding it somewhere. So once I find it, it's coming home to me. And I will start it. But until then, I'm gonna keep working and try to get something old finished, because once I start something new, the old stuff just kind of, I forget about, and then I don't want to do it anymore. So I have that owl, I have this Cirque de Cardio, I have the Cirque de Corps, lots of patterns to keep me going. But if you know of a monochromatic piece that's more geometric, I would love to hear from you. I love the look of Fruits of Plenty, the sale that's going on right now, but I don't love, like I love it, but I don't know that I would put it up in my house, kind of love it. Like I love to see everybody else's, and it looks really cool, but it's also kind of from days gone by, like the motifs. It's not really something that I would put up in my house. So I don't want to take all that time to stitch it all and then not put it up. There is another one that I really love that I've been thinking about, and I think it's called Quaker Compass. Who's that by? Rosewood Manor, I think. I've been thinking about that one. It's got a giant compass in the middle and then kind of Quaker motifs around the outside, and I do like that one. But I'm not sure if it's the one. So anyway, if you have any ideas for a big monochromatic piece, not huge, but larger monochromatic piece that is geometric or kind of modern looking, I would love to hear from you. So I can find that one piece that I want to do. Anything else? Oh, the winner of the tiger pattern. From my last podcast, I was giving away the tiger that was swimming in the water. I don't have it with me right now, but my son picked out the winner. And let me just remind myself of the name here. Hang on 1 second. The winner was Audrey Fleming. My son picked number 1, and I believe there were 4 or 5. And he picked number 1, so Audrey Fleming, you are the winner. If you can contact me, I would love to send that chart to you. And if you are waiting for the previous one, I think it was the gift, I found it on my desk and I didn't realize I hadn't sent it. So I will definitely be getting that out to you this week. So hopefully I can get both of them out at the same time. And I apologize for taking so long, but like I said, life happens and you just have to roll with the punches. Floss tubers, trying to think of what I've been watching lately. I found Amy Loves Toads, and I love Amy Loves Toads. Amy stitches a lot of animals and nature, and that is right up my alley. She's doing a piece called Moraine Lake, and I showed that to my daughter and she wants it. So that's a possibility of something I want to stitch. She is also doing, what is the other one? Now I can't remember. It's a Sal, and they're all little animals, and I can't think of what it's called, but there are so many stitches that she does that I just love. Like I love watching floss tubes that maybe you don't stitch the same things as them, but you still like to see what people are working on. But with Amy, I'm like, oh, I want that. Oh, I want that. Oh, I want that. So I have to be careful when I watch Amy's videos because it can lead to purchasing. I think that is all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, apologize for not being here for so long, but I hope to have this video and my knitting video up within the next week or so, and hopefully it'll give you something to watch while I continue to stitch. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great weekend. Bye.